Hi, I'm Lynn, and here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms last night and early this morning. It might be finally starting.
We're 2 days away from the perfect due date. Actually has 2 lambs. That one's in labor right now. It's trying to be a stealer. You okay?
So let's get started. Arnie's decided to roll out the feed for a specific reason. For all of you who have watched our channel for quite some time now, and for those who are new, what's the first thing you notice here? If you said that one of the ewes didn't come up to eat, you're right. That's what we'd be noticing right away as well. She is suspicious. Remember what we said about corners and wanting privacy? Look where she is now.
So that ewe right there is not coming up for hay. And you can't see it, but right there, you see that stomach right there? The lambs have dropped a little bit. She's going to have lambs tonight. So we're 2 days away from the perfect due date. She's 2 days early, which is very easily possible. Hopefully there's nothing wrong. But I'll be up checking her tonight. But that's a sure sign that something's going to happen there. She's got the corner picked out. Everybody else is eating. Hey, Scotty. So I'm not worried about the Dorsets. They all look good. But that sheep is definitely in the corner back there. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out tonight. I was nervous the first few ewes having lambs. You're always worried about is there something wrong. We'll leave that lights on for her. I don't see nothing wrong back here. Everything looks quiet. I hate to go up here. I'm going to go up here and just check for a second. Everything looks good here. So. But hey, buddy. Hey. So, I don't know what happened here. She's definitely had lambs. I'm thinking both of these lambs are hers. I'm thinking that ewe is in labor. I gotta figure this out now. Okay, so she actually has two lambs. That one's in labor right now, is trying to be a stealer. So Gonna get her in a jug immediately, get her 2 lambs out with her, and get that sheep back on her own. But that sheep is definitely gonna have lambs very shortly too. So I just got up. It's been 5 hours since I checked the barn, and these lambs are hungry, and they're hungry and they want some milk. I'll see if she has milk. But I'll probably just give them colostrum right away. They get something warm in their stomachs immediately. Because it's quite cold tonight. And see, they're trying to nurse, both of them. So, I don't have my tripod with me right now, so I'm going to get going here, and I'll try to show you what's happening. But yeah, she's in labor. She's going to have babies real shortly. Oh! Hey girls. In other words, so see what's happened is she's had her lambs back here. And if you see the pen, everybody leaves to the other end. They want nothing to do with it. So these 2 lambs are from Luther. First one to have babies.
So those of you who voted for Suffolk being the first to have a lamb were absolutely right.
Nothing happened in the Dorset pen. So I'm going to get going here. Oh, Scotty. Scotty's up already this morning too. Oh. I'll just take a quick look in this barn here. I don't hear nothing, but there's no one up here. Oh. Oh, there's a sheep cast side, upside down. That's not a very good sign. Not a very good sign. So hopefully she wasn't having a lamb. You okay? You okay, girl? There she goes. You okay? Hopefully she's okay. Lucky I checked that. And there's nothing happening on that side. Okay, so I guess that's why you go to the barn in the morning. So I better get moving a little bit. I knew something was wrong. All the sheep were back there and she was here, so you can tell pretty quick there's something wrong. Okay, enough talking, I gotta get moving. Okay, so that was a little bit of an ordeal. The other ewe is trying to steal that lamb, but that's a sure indicator that she's going to have a lamb within the next 12 hours probably. Anytime. I can't pick that out. So we're going to try to show this to you right here. Oh.
Okay, now that Arnie's put the mom and the two lambs in a claiming pen, or a lambing jug as we tend to call them, he's moved into the milk house in order to get some powdered colostrum, which he's going to mix up. And for those of you who have been with us a while through last year's lambing and all our previous lambings, you'll know that as a matter of standard protocol on our farm, every lamb born, the first feeding, it gets tubed with some colostrum. And the reason we do that is to ensure that the lambs are guaranteed to have that first colostrum booster immediately after birth, so we don't have to worry about, are the lambs latching on, does mom have enough milk? And it gives mom, as you can see, she's scratching at the pen and stuff. That's because she's trying to pass a placenta. And when they're trying to pass a placenta like that, they start scratching. They scratch at the lambs, they scratch at the bedding. They're restless, they're moving from one side of the pen to the other. And it can be difficult for the lambs to actually latch on in that first few hours of birth. And that's when it's most critical for them to have the colostrum. And you can see she is a really good mom. She's letting that lamb get there, and he's trying really hard. But like I say, it was minus 17 this night, and once they have a full belly, they start to digest. And when they're digesting, they're heating, and it will help them dry better, stay warm. It gives mom chance to pass her placenta, to relax a little bit, to come fully to her milk. And the reason it's taking so long right now for Arnie to get this stuff is because he couldn't find the tube and the plunger to do it. So he actually ran to the house and woke me up and asked me where it was. So I had to come to the barn and tell him where it was. Was in the normal place, but when you're kind of frantically searching for things, sometimes they can be overlooked.
Cold, eh? Save. Come on. There you go. So I'm pretty sure this lamb has not got fed yet. Hasn't it?
So here he is, and this is how we do the tubing procedure. As long as the lamb's head is up in the air like this and lively, it's usually very easy to do. In another video, we will go through the whole process and explain step by step how to do it. But right now, you can just watch what he's doing. And basically, the lamb just swallows the tube down. And our lambs are fairly big because they're Suffolks. So we give them 2.5 syringes of colostrum for their first meal, which is 150 milliliters of milk. And some people will say, well, why wouldn't you strip the mum out? We could, but if you strip her out, she is stripped out. And then when the lambs go to nurse, there's nothing there. And actually tubing them stimulates them to go to mom. So they'll actually get extra colostrum this way. rather than less colostrum.
Mom, he doesn't like that.
And if mom is fidgety and doesn't allow them to nurse, or they can't latch on, we know that once their bellies are full, they've got a good 4 hours before they need to be fed again. And at that point, they should easily have nursed. So let's just sit back and watch how Arnie does this.
Yep, talking to somebody else. Don't bring the laundry out then. Nobody wants to hear it. Maybe some of the other programs want to hear it. I need a pail of water. Can you grab me a pail of warm water for this guy?
This mom is what we like to see in a mom. She's constantly talking to her lambs. So, yeah, usually moms that do that turn out to be the best mothers.
Hey, how's that?
After having lambs, the ewes are usually really thirsty, especially if they've been licking them off, because the lambs are a little bit salty too. So when we give them a pail of water, it's always warm water. They prefer warm water and they'll drink more of it. So warm water is a great thing. Sometimes if the ewes are a little bit weak, we'll put a little bit of molasses in the water as well, which is just sugar to get her pumped up. But this ewe is looking great, so it's just warm water. The reason she's scratching is she is trying to pass her placenta, and she's so concerned about the lambs that it's causing her like a distraction, because she wants to lay down and pass that placenta, but she also doesn't want to leave her lambs, so she's got a bit of a conundrum there.
So I'm not gonna put a glove on my feet. I think she doesn't have another lamb. I didn't check her teats. Well, she wants a little guy, a little female. It's a smaller one, which you don't like to see. Hey, Ma.
Like Arnie said there, sometimes they scratch like that because they're trying to get one of the ones that's laying down up. But in this case, I do think she more wants to lay down and pass that placenta, because she's not actually digging at the lamb itself. She's more digging at the straw.
Milk on that side. Milk on that side. She hasn't come to it too much yet, so.
Right there, Arnie was checking her milk situation. She does have milk on both teats. However, it's not flowing freely yet. And again, milk flowing is also, well, it can very well be related to passing the placenta. So another reason why we tube them let the mom get on with what she has to get on with. And while she's passing her placenta and stuff, she'll start producing more milk, which will be ready for the lambs when she's ready to.
It should be there, but there's a couple. We had 2 last year. You don't have to fill it up, Mom. Just a little bit, Mom. Mom.
I've just headed into the milk house to get some iodine. That's the last thing we've yet to do with these 2 little lambs. So we'll be dipping their navel cords. That prevents bacteria getting into the lamb. And it also helps dry the umbilical cord up quickly so it falls off. And you might have noticed that cat there climbing the gate. Scotty's pretty talented.
This guy was born way ahead of time. I knew last night when I went to the barn's house she was going to have a lamb. It took her all night to have a lamb. Oh, come on.
We actually place the iodine inside a pill bottle, and we find that works really well.
Now, is that working, the one that you do have?
What did you say?
Is the milk syringe working, the one you do have?
Yeah, it's a brand new one.
Okay, so, but is this plunger working too?
It's a brand new one.
Oh, the whole thing?
The whole thing's brand new. I found that in a container. It's the only one we had, so I need a few more. So she's passing her placenta right now. It's coming off. In a few minutes it will just drop off. And these lambs want to have a nap. They're stressed out.
They're looking really tired. And in case we didn't mention it earlier, the big one's a boy, the smaller one's a girl.
So, want to lay down for a second, buddy? You're probably pretty tired. Just lay down. You can lay down beside them. No, just lay down.
The reason Arnie's being a little hover mum here is that he wants the lambs to lay down together because they're tired. And if they lay down in one spot, that gives the mom the opportunity to lay down too and not lay on the lambs while she delivers her placenta. But they're being a little stubborn and they're going to try nurse mom. And Arnie's going to have to just realize he's got to walk away.
That one's pretty well dried off, so I'm pretty sure that one was born first. And this one was born last.
As I peek through the door here, I can see she's up, and I see one of her lambs. Don't see the other one, but I'm gonna get on with chores, and then we'll go in and have a closer look at these, because last night it was a bit of chaos here. Okay, we'll have a quick look at these guys. This is the male. He's the bigger of the two, and he's laying there. His belly looks full. Mom's over here with the female, who's a little bit smaller, and she's snuggled up. The worry with us is always that the mums don't lay on their lambs. But she's an older ewe. I'm going to scan her to find out who she is. Well, her tag was missing, so we got to catch her and read her tattoo to find out who she is. But she did come from Luther's group. Well, our first lambs are on the ground. It was a Suffolk. Congratulations to all of you who guessed the right one. Hold on to your seats, everyone. You know what lambing's like at Ewetopia Farms. It's a long, sometimes bumpy, but hopefully this year will be a smoother ride than ever. So stay tuned and be sure to watch again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.